How to make rosehip and rosemary body oil. It's my first go at making body oil, but I thought I'd share my Autumn's Day adventure with you and hope to inspire you to have a go too. I've been wanting to make body oil for a really long time, mainly because I think the skin is a really nice way to absorb nutrients into the body and it's often overlooked. I've chosen Rosehips and Rosemary to make the body oil, mainly for their healing properties. Rosehips have got massive amounts of vitamin C, way more than oranges and way more than you'd expect from a little berry. They've also got vitamin K and vitamin E and are really good for treating and preventing infections. Rosemary is anti-inflammatory. It's also been used for thousands of years as an antiseptic and it also just smells amazing. Even though I only picked these yesterday, I'm still going to let them sunbathe for 5 minutes to activate their maximum potency. I've got two types of rosehip here. I've got wild rosehips. I picked these from the side of a road in a bush, and some domestic, well, I guess they're domestic rosehips there. And the next step is I'm going to pestle and mortar them in my pestle and mortar, and then I'm going to put them in my oven-proof bowl. So actually some of these feel quite hard and some of them are kind of softer. I think the softer ones are more ripe. I've read a couple of things on the internet actually about some people say that fruit that is less ripe has more vitamin C in it, and some people say that the fruit that is more ripe is better for making oils and eating and consuming, but I'm just going to use a mixture of them all and hopefully I'll get a good result. It's really hard. I remember making itching powder when I was a kid with my friends and putting the itchy hairs down the back of our friends' t-shirts. It's probably not very nice. Okay, oops. Now, I'm gonna do the rosemary next. Just gonna peel all the kind of leaves off the stalks. I'm just gonna kind of bash the rosemary a little bit. I don't think you really need to get it into tiny pieces or anything. You just need to help it release its oils. Okay, next I'm going to pour over my carrier oil. I've chosen to use walnut oil. I would have liked to have had an organic one, but I couldn't find one when I went to the shop. So this is an oven-proof dish, so it's all ready, all going to go in the oven like this. This is my walnut oil. You can use other carrier oils, I think. You can even use olive oil. But I've chosen this one because I don't really know why I chose this one. That looks good enough to me. I haven't followed a recipe or anything, I'm just doing this all by eye. I think that that's a good ratio. Maybe I could have a bit more oil, but it's going to be nice and strong like this. Now that's going to go in the oven. Now all you have to do is put it in the oven for 4 to 8 hours on a really low heat, and then we get to try the product and bottle it up. Okay, so this is my rosemary and rosehip oil that's been in the oven for over 4 hours on a really low heat, and then I just turned the oven off and left it in there overnight, so it's had a really good long time to seep. And now I'm going to show you how to pour it into a jar. I'm going to use my nut milk bag. And I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to strain it into here, and then I'm going to pour it into the bottles. It actually smells really nice. It smells of roasted rosemary, like a Sunday roast. And it just, I feel like that just really makes me want to eat it. Okay, I've got my nut milk bag. So I'm just going to squeeze as much of the oil out as I possibly can. The good thing about these nut milk bags is it means that none of the little hairs from the rose hips get in there, and no little bits. It's really clear. I feel like I don't want to throw that away, but like I'm sure there must be something else I can do with it. Really squeezing this really hard. I don't want to waste any of it. The colour has changed to a really dark brown, which I wasn't expecting. That's probably the rosemary, because you can get a nice natural dye from rosemary as well. Okay, now I'm going to pour my oil into this jar, hopefully without spilling it. I think these would make really nice gifts. I'd be happy if someone made one of these for me anyway. Just a bit too much for one bottle. Et voila. I'm going to store this in the fridge because I think it might keep better in there, but although it's an oil, it should last for a long time.
Yes, I. Spécial pour tout le monde, pour tout le gars. Original. Genesis. Woman, pas plaire, ou c'est un princess. À dans la vie, les différences qu'elle subit en finesse. Gal, my empress, sorti en darkness. L'amour la chronique, en France, c'est sweetness. Non, pas plaire.
A little spiritual note on rosehips. Rosehips are the fruit of the rose bush, often overlooked as the rose flower takes all the glory of its youth. But the rosehip is where all the wisdom lies. It may not have the obvious beauty associated with youth, but it is a bloom of exquisite sageness. Next time I make a body oil, I'd like to try a different carrier oil and a different way of infusing my ingredients, so stay tuned for that one. If you like my little videos and have any questions or input, please subscribe, like, share and comment to help the project grow. And don't forget to check out my brand Instagram, BillyNou Apparel, in the description below.